Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the grand finals between VTILTE and Indignation. I am Alenvil, and with me is George. Hello, George.
What's going on, guys? Really excited for the final match, VTILTE versus Indignation. The first map is going to be Dorado, and we've seen Indignation a couple of times before, so it'll be interesting to see what they pull out here. So, yeah, what are you expecting apart from Bunker?
More bunker?
More Bunker? Just Bunker sandwiches?
I feel like bunker. I feel like perhaps there could be some specialities here and there because Nipahog does love his hog, which the name kind of already implies in a way, but there are a lot of things I feel like both teams could pull out. Perhaps even a Bastion or something like that could come out, but we have to wait and see what they do.
Maybe a Bastion, maybe a Widowmaker even, to try and poke them out. And it looks like AZ might be going for it here on the Widowmaker, yeah. And so, definitely, I'm suspecting a troll comp from Indignation, unless they want to run that. There's interesting shade of both support players as well, but then you have no shield. So yeah, just a troll comp by the looks of things. AZ switching off back to that hands though, so I'm a bit disappointed we're not going to see any Widowmaker, but at least VTILTE, they're going with what they know. They've shown they have been strong on this composition before. So yeah, what are we seeing from Indignation here?
There's your Widow.
There's a Widow. Thank God. Yeah, looks like a standard Bunker with a Baptiste and a Widow. So it's going to be interesting to see what Eden can actually do. AZ needs to be careful if he's going to poke there, especially against a Widowmaker. You got the Sonic Arrow, so at least you know what you're up against. Let's see, where is Eden? Eden's just in the back right now, not taking any angles at the moment. It looks like they're just going to try and force a cat. Nipahog needs to be careful in front of that shield in case he gets hooked by Rez. But yeah, it looks like Eden's going for the top approach, but VTILTE actually, they had too far back for him to get an angle, which is unfortunate for Eden. And yeah, you see him try and go for it there, but it doesn't seem to work out for him. It's going to be interesting to see. He gets pulled off the high ground, but manages to escape in the nick of time. Immortality field coming out from Kumba as well. He actually manages to find Best Believo though, which is a great opening pick for Indignation, and Nipahog with 2 as well. Great play by Indignation there, just not backing down at all. Rez manages to find Finiesta, Bury Me Alive and on Nipahog as well, so VTILTE could clutch this, but Kumba onto Rez, that's not going to make things any easier for them. And AZ is just going to try and run away, I guess. Please, AZ, managed to get away, thank you. So yeah, and Tom actually managed to find another late pick. Very nice onto Bury Me Alive. Eden's just taking a nap up top. Manages to survive though, only just. And Tom is going ham on this May at the moment, actually. Very good early picks from Tom there. Managing to find a lot of openings. He's so far ahead of Bury Me Alive on the Blizzard opportunity as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and the ult economy favors Indignation quite a bit right now. They are closing in on at least 5 ults right now, and they get a good hook off there and an instant pick off. And now they've built the infra site so they know where the enemies are. And meanwhile,
and now Eden can just go ham because there's no shield there. Managed to find an opening pick onto AZ, but the Maywall's going to come in, kind of wall off the opportunities for him as well, which is quite unfortunate there. But if you see how far Indignation are pushed up, they're pushed up extremely far for a Bunker team. Like, you wouldn't expect them to hold this far as well. But the Maywall coming in. Unfortunately, Nipahog doesn't connect the hook onto Bury Me Alive. But the Blizzard coming in from Tom Far Lost. But he actually manages to get picked off by Rez there. Amplification Matrix is coming in from Kumba as well. Nipahog managed to find the edge onto Rez there and onto Mystery Lobster. And it looks like Indignation, they have the advantage on the picks this time, especially with the Eden on that Widowmaker covering those angles.
Yeah, they're doing so. They got another pick and they get the point as well. Well, it's a bunker comp. Wherever you set up your bunker, you can hold. If you set it up in front of the enemy's face, then you can hold there.
Yeah, and even then, it looks like AZ is going to be switching onto the Widow here as well. And Bury Me Alive gets dangerously low. Actually manages to go down at the hands of Kumba. Very nice pick opportunity from Kumba there as well. So yeah, Indignation can try and push up a little bit, try and create some space for that Widowmaker, I think, is that
Oh,
game plan. Nipperhog with the pickups AZ as well. Very, very nice early fight. And now you basically have no angles to be scared of, and your Widowmaker can take any duel that she wants. Nipperhog with an amazing hook onto Mystery Lobster there as well. And Vlad tries to go at him with the Battle Mercy, but it doesn't work out. He even knows that Battle Mercies are dangerous.
let's be honest. Nipple Hog shows why he has Hog in his name right now with those hooks.
Yeah, I'm not going to say he's carrying, but like he's doing very, very well. Definitely a standout player of the team. And yeah, Kumba as well with the Amp Matrix as well can maybe find an opportunity on here on this tiny, tiny choke point that's going to roll off the point for you. They are behind, but they don't manage to contest as Tom Farlos actually manages to find the freeze onto Rez, who is going to contest. So yeah, very, very nice from Indignation so far. Very well done.
That time bang is monstrous. With 410. Oh, this is going to be hard for VTILTE right now. They have to find a way to just break through, but right now Indignation has been just showing up. They've taken the fight instantly to them, even with this bunker comp, just going at them and just taking their shots everywhere. And Nipahog with his hooks were just on point.
Yeah, however, we have seen VTILTE. They have great offensive play, actually. I think they are more of an offensive team rather than an offensive one. So we shall see if they can get some stuff done. And we do have a pause as Bury Me Alive seems to have disconnected. So that's very unfortunate for him. Can we please get an F in the comments section for Bury Me Alive?
Yeah, so as we have this time right now, Eden had great positioning. Let's be honest, most of the time, and it was just pushing forwards and forwards and forward. And the problem is VTILTE never found really their footing with their bunker comp. They couldn't find a position after they lost the first footing, and then after that they couldn't set up, and that was what Indignation abused all the time.
Yeah, as well. Especially, yeah, Eden on that Widowmaker is he's finding all the angles as well. And if you pick off AZ on the Widowmaker as well early, which is what they were doing, then he doesn't have to be worried about any Widow shots. He doesn't have to take any duels. He can just go ham and click some heads, I guess. But can we talk about Nipperhog? Can we talk about Nipperhog, please? This man, he's a hog genius, but look of it. Like he was very, very prominent player in this fight. I mean, he couldn't have done it without his team, I imagine, but very, very prominent player from Nipperhog, and I expect to see more of it.
Yeah, perfect hooks pulled one person completely out of their place and then just shot him down just instantly that way, and it was just perfectly done.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what VTILTE actually go with here. I may be thinking of Farah, but I'm not sure because we've seen Eden on the Widowmaker, but he might not go for it this time. So Farah could always be an option. What do you think, dude?
I'm thinking, to be honest, I'm going with something more surprising. I would actually say perhaps try Reaper out, because Niflhog has been a pain in the butt for you already, and then you also have the issue with having the Eden just having the shots, and if the Reaper perhaps can get behind the Widow or even take down the tanks in front, then you have a bit more of less of an issue against you.
Yeah, of course. I'm not sure about the Reaper pick though. Like teams tend to stay away from Reaper as of yet because of his reputation in Overwatch. But yeah, what I'm expecting to see actually some dive. We haven't seen any dive from Indignation yet, so maybe we can see some defensive dive. But I'd quite like to see some dive from VTILTE as well, just because they can just dive on the bunker, jump on them. Like I said, I believe they are an offensive team. They do thrive when they're offensive. So maybe dive would be a great option for them here, especially with like a Sombra and a Genji.
Yeah, but then we have to consider as well that one of their players, Bury Me Alive, is missing, who was one of their dive DPS, and I'm not sure if that could really help them out. And as far as the communication was, they were thinking about putting their coach in, who's an off tank, so that could actually affect their chance to really play the dive strategy as they want to.
Oh yeah, indeed. That's going to be a huge disadvantage for VTILTE if they don't get their main DPS player back, which is very, very unfortunate. But unfortunately, these things do And I'm afraid we're going to have to take a little bit of a break here, guys. So yeah, I've been George. This has been Alenvil. We'll see you in a second. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry for the slight delay. We are still paused at the moment, so yes, very unfortunate that we had a player disconnect mid-match, but yeah, we should be getting right back into the action. And it looks like we're just having some technical issues with the game right now. So yeah, again, I do apologize on the behalf of the production team. But no, we're going right into it. Made me eat my words again. Thank you very much. But yeah, as I was saying, I really do think I'm going to see some dive coming out from VTILTE. What do you think?
Would be a good option actually, but the problem is that they could run into this bunker comp, and especially with Nipahawk being so on point with the hooks, I'm not sure if you really want to risk that jumping into a hook or something like that and just being pulled out of that one, because that did cost them quite a bit. They are going probably for the Widow battle, so that could be an option right now, but otherwise it looks kind of close to a mirror. Right, it is a mirror right now.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Except the thing is with the Widow duels is Eden is so prominent on his Widowmaker play that you pretty much have no choice but to try and duel him. So AZ, he could be in a tough spot, as we've seen him be very strong on his Hanzo. But yeah, you're pretty much forced to take a duel when Eden's playing Widow in the game. But let's see what they can do with that here. And looks like yeah, they're just going to be forcing the cart here. And now, where is AZ? AZ is going to be taking a giant flank here by the looks of things, maybe. Yep, there he goes. He's right in the back line. Venom Mine, 10,000 IQ Venom Mine from Eden is actually on the flank, and he's going to try and duel him now. Manages to win the duel. That was very, very nice from Eden there. Oh my goodness. And anyway, yeah, now it's a 5v6. It looks like VTILTE are going to be playing passive now, not trying to force the cart or anything. Mystery Lobster just going to be a bit split from his team here, but he has a shield. I'm sure he's not worried about it. And yeah, that was very, very good play on Eden's part there. But yeah, Indignation, they seem to be holding rather nicely. And there, again, Eden with the pick onto AZ. We see Shade jump very high in the air there. I don't know what that was about, but anyways. Yeah, what are you expecting to see any sorts? Actually, Amplification Matrix just coming in. He manages to get walled off there by Pompalos, but yeah, you still save the Amplification Matrix on the side of Pumbaa, so you have the ultimate on deck, and Transcendence coming in from Finiesta too. That's something you're miles ahead on it if you're Best Believer. Actually, Matrix just coming in from Kumba as well. Tom Varlos manages to find the Immortality Field of Vlad, and Nipperhog again manages to finding Vlad. Blizzard coming in from Bury Me Alive to try and make some space. Transcendence coming in from Finiesta again. That Transcendence very, very nice from him. Bury Me Alive actually managed to find Kumba there, but I'm not sure how much it's going to do for the team. Little jump coming in from Shade there as well. Nipperhog managing to find Rez once again, and Tom Varlos and Bury Me Alive. It's not looking good for VTILTE at the moment with a May directly in your front line. But well done doing Indignation for that hold.
Well done from the whole Indignation team. I mean, Eden picked the spots perfectly all fight long, was never really in danger to the fight. Nipperhog with the perfect hook in between just to grab one out of them and just cause them the advantage. And right now you can see it in the ult economy right now. One ult ahead right now for the side of Indignation. And they throw down the supercharger.
They throw out the bongo. Shade again. Shade just loves jumping in the air at this point. I think. I don't know what utility is gaining from that, but yeah, very, very jumpy Orisa. I would just like to point out that Eden was actually surfing on top of the roofs to try and give him some scouting opportunities. So Indignation, they're playing this nigh on perfectly. AZ switching back to the Hanzo. We don't know how that's going to fare against Eden and the Widow, but Mystery Lobster is actually managed to find Tom Far lost. Immortality Field coming in, and Amp Matrix coming in from Vlad as well. Transcendence coming in from Finiesta to try and save his team, and you still have an Amp Matrix on the side of Indignation. But Best Believer managed to find Kuma. Eden onto Rez though, so you don't have any pull hook combos right now. And Shade again just jumping in the air. Eden has pretty much free reign at this point. He is managing to find all of the picks. Also, Blizzard coming in from Bury Me Alive, so you need to think quickly about what to do now. There is a shield in the way, but the pull comes in. Doesn't manage to find Shade though. With Nipperhog still alive, you need to be careful. There it goes. There goes the hug, and Rez manages to get demexed there. So yeah, it looks like VTILTE are going to be pushing right on back, and with only 30 seconds left, you really do need to stabilize.
Yeah, and once again, Eden was perfectly positioned. We saw the Blizzard going out, though most of the team of Indignation was frozen to the ground, and Eden still found the way to just take out the Mei beforehand and just cause some more chaos. And for example, the whole hog was cancelled because Eden headshotted Rez there, so that was also an issue that they had.
However, Amplification Matrix coming in as well. Dragon Strike coming in from AZ, but the Immortality Field manages to save it. Rez actually manages to find Nipperhog amidst the chaos, and the lamp goes down, and the space is Kumba. So with Shade down as well, it doesn't look like much of a fight left for Indignation.
But now, as they're now hunting kills right now, it doesn't matter, honestly, for Indignation. They cost them all the time bank that they could have gotten from that point. They were in overtime as soon as they hit the point.
Yeah, and as well, can I just add that Indignation are coming up in some very, very big ultimates here. They're quite far ahead of VTILTE now, as far as the ultimates go. You have Tompar lost 81% on the Blizzard. Nipperhog's coming up to a whole hog. Eden's coming up to his sights, and Shade on the bongo. But we see AZ is going to have to duel Eden once again on the Widowmaker as we see the switch come in. So yeah, it just looks like trying to force the cat here. The bongo coming in from Mystery Lobster as well. But you still have 3 ultimates left, and no damage is really being dealt here as to the shield. Eden manages to find AZ and Mr. Chaos, and Blizzard coming in from Tom Far lost as well. Bury Me Alive managed to find him, but the Blizzard comes in from him as well. But Finiesta trying to save them off with the Transcendence seems to work. Nipperhog is frozen, but he needs to be careful. Oh, we managed to get out of it though. And if Kumba keeps jumping about like that, he's going to get shot by AZ as well. And Bury Me Alive managing to find Eden. AZ can cover some angles that he might not have been able to cover before. But Shade with the pick onto Mystery Lobster there, that's just going to render all your opportunities pretty much useless, as they have a shield and you do not. But the cart is being pushed.
But the Widow AZ is running around, is almost to an ult as well. The Zenyatta has to be careful because the Widow is clear in the side. There is a Diva Ball coming out.
Oh yeah, but and it managed to find Shade as well, which is unfortunate because I believe he actually got walled off by Tom Far lost, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, they have no main tank at the minute, so they really need to be careful here. And all squished up in that little room is not where you want to be if you're Nipperhog. You're just going to get burst down. And yeah, we're coming up into another blizzard from Bury Me Alive, just farmed off Nipperhog. So yeah, well done to VTILTE for that push. As I said, they're showing their offensive prowess here.
Oh, AZ got melee. AZ melee even there. Wow, that's surprising actually. But right now we see the ult economy is slightly ticking still in favor of Indignation. Slightly, I would say, but
very slightly.
Oh,
it looks like AZ is warmed up now though, as he's managing to find a couple picks here and there, especially onto Eden, nullifying that Widow option, borderline wasting the amplification matrix from Kumbra as well. So very good from AZ there. And it looks like VTILTE can take an offensive position as well, trying to get some poke onto Indignation. And they maybe can get they can maybe push the cart here, but Indignation are back. Blizzard coming in from Bury Me Alive as well. Shay manages to get the Fortify off, and Finiesta also manages to get the Transcendence off as well. But with the amplification matrix coming in, you can't heal back all that damage with the Transcendence. Whole Hog coming in from Nipperhog as well. Manages to find the Immortality Field, and Finiesta manages to get res as he gets the mech. So that's a member down for the side of VTILTE, and Nipperhog with a whip shot onto AZ. Very good. Now Eden can find his angles. Now, and VTILTE, they're actually going to push back. They really need to restabilize if they want a final push here.
Yeah, but they do have to be aware because their ult economy is now a bit more in shambles right now because we do have Shade with the bongo, and then even more they have the Blizzard and more. This is just
Finiesta with that great opening pick on Bury Me Alive. They managed to find the bomb kill, but AZ and Best Believer just found those two angles with the space made from the Diva Bomb as well, and now you have no bongo option. Tomfire Lost chucks the Blizzard in just in panic, but he managed to go down himself. Kumbra onto AZ is very good, but now that you've got a payload to touch, and I don't think they can touch it. Amplification matrix coming in actually, yeah, and they managed to touch it. Shade comes in on the Wrecking Balls to try and boot them all off, but with the Transcendence coming in on the side of Best Believer, you're not getting off the point, and you're certainly not dying. But Finiesta manages to mirror that Transcendence as well. Nipperhog switching onto the Reaper to try and get a last minute contest, but they're not dealing with Shade here, as he's just spinning around with the point, and Eden manages to find Mystery Lobster on the Doomfist as well, and Nipperhog's just going to go straight in onto the supports as well. He's just going to shoot him, I guess, but you need to be careful as VTILTE have found more picks as it goes on, and that payload has been pushed as Tomfire Lost jumped off it. Well done to VTILTE, you managed to get payload there, but the time banks is what I'm worried about here.
The time bank is wrecked already. Let's be honest. This is. Oh, they get the 1 minute, so 5-10 for Indignation while there's 1 minute on the clock for VTILTE. So I'm not really sure about this, to be honest. You have to pull some magical miracle stuff.
You have to pull some mystery lobsters out of your bag, dude.
Yeah,
it'd be very interesting to see what VTILTE actually managed to pull off in this. Maybe a Bastion could be coming out, but I'm not really all that sure about it. In a bunker composition, you can hold the payload very well. It looks like they're going for dive though, so I'm really not sure about this if I'm VTILTE. But if they think it can work, I guess they should just go with their gut.
Yeah, but I would say then perhaps pull up Bury Me Alive and AZ in the positions they did take, for example, in our last match versus Nox, where they did pull up the Tracer and the Genji in between. That could have probably... Yeah. So if they go full dive, I could understand that. There could be a chance really to break that down, but it will still be a hard road for them to go.
You do need to be careful with Tomfire Lost on that May though, because if you dive in on if you're Bury Me Alive, Deflect isn't going to save you from May's Ice Beam, and you're just gonna get frozen, and it's not going to look good for you from there. But let's see what they can do. It looks like they're going to be sticking with it for sure. So let's see what happens. Mystery Lobster is all the way in the back right now, but Eden manages to find Bury Me Alive right off the bat. It looks like they're just going to let them push the payload for a few minutes before taking a true hold under the bridge to where they truly can't push the payload in a tiny little choke point. Rez is going to try and do some damage off, but Shade's shield conditioning is too good. And they, sorry.
They're just holding on quite nicely. They gave them the room just to have more space for themselves. You can see that Eden has now a better positioning with all the shots.
Yeah, but if you look here, they're not actually pushing the payload anywhere. Like, they can't break. They have to break through Internation's defense as well. And you have a Vespolivo on the point, but how much is that really worth if you have both tanks down and bury him alive as well? There's only that little bit further that you can push before AZ have to come back, but it's not looking good for VTILTE at this point, as all members are now down. Actually, they managed to get one more payload. C9, C9! Well done to Indignation for that hold.
Honestly, the Indignation forced them to play this way. They let them push that far forward that they had them in the choke position, because that is really the hard location to really get to.
Yeah, that's the problem with Bunker, is you don't have a lot of recontestability, and it looks like they really played into VTILTE's weaknesses there, as they couldn't go Tracer Genji dive because of the Mei, and they couldn't exactly go Widow because Eden had the edge of the angles with the Bunker composition.
Exactly, and that is not what you want to have.
So what do you expect to see on the offense from Indignation, seeing as you only have to push it that little bit further than what they did?
I'd say Indignation could probably run their normal, what they want to do, comp. I'm not pretty sure they're not running this right now. I just don't feel... Oh, okay, they're going really interesting. They are going really...
Turns out it's all a lie and they just swapped to goats. Anyways, Shade on the Symmetra. Honestly, it could be a viable pick to just TP them all up to the bunker, but then again, that's your main tank that you're swapping onto Symmetra. There it goes. There, I knew it wasn't real.
Oh, shit.
On the Wrecking Ball, could be very interesting. I'm literally the unluckiest player right now, really. Yeah, right on the Arresa. Kumba on the Mercy could be very interesting. Finiester on the Widowmaker. 3 DPS option. Oh, come on, man. You're messing with me right now. You're really messing with me. But anyway, while they've been messing with me, they've been pushing the payload. So, yeah, you already have a lot of space taken, yeah. And Eden is... I don't know where Eden actually is. It looks like he's just playing with the team. He needs to be careful because the anti-nade's coming in from Vespolivo. But he needs to find an angle, and he has a lot of time to do it as well. Yeah. There it is. Managed to find Vlad right off the bat. No resurrects coming in from the side of VTILTE. And Nippo gets dangerously low, though, so they need to be careful. Vlad switching into the Mori because he knows he needs to take a stall pick. But with Res D-Max as well, really nothing good for VTILTE here, unless they can find a clutch pick. Nano Boost actually coming in from Vespolivo. Tom Farlos actually managed to find Mystery Lobster as well. Bury Me Alive down as well. It's not looking good. And there it is. Indignation managed to take this map. Well done to Indignation.
They had the Amp Matrix in the door.
Oh, no.
Yes. Oh, man.
Very good you saw that. I didn't pick up on that, actually.
That was really nicely done there. Great done from Indignation. We will next go on to King's Row, and looks like we're instantly heading into that.
Some goats, please. One last time.
Yeah. I'm not even sure we will see goats, because most of the teams are already preparing without goats already, because the 2-2-2 lock will be an open division next season, so that's kind of what they're going for.
Yeah, well, let's face it, who really needs to scrim goats? All you do is press W.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm expecting to see even more bunker. What surprise, surprise. But it's going to be interesting the way they need to do it. We might see some Wrecking Ball in the offensive, because Wrecking Ball is very powerful at booping the bunker off, because you boot them right onto the point, and there's just so many angles for you to get damage onto them. So let's see what actually comes out. What do you think?
I think bunker calm pretty much, as we're seeing both sides going forward. So it looks like we're replacing goats with bunker right now. So yeah, and interesting that are they going for this comp once again? Are they really? Okay.
I'm not sure about it. Phineas is probably going to go on to the Anna or the Mercy.
I mean, last point was Phineas not on.
No, he switched at the last minute though, didn't he? He was messing with us. Messing with you by the sounds of it. But anyways, it looks like they're just switching to whatever they want here. They're just trying to mess with the casters at this point, which isn't cool. Indignation, not cool, dude. But anyways, get into it. Looks like Arissa Diva bunker on the side of VTILTE though as well. So if you're a Diva, you can try and eat some of those poles that Nipperhog is getting so much value from on the Roadhog. But yeah, Eden switching to the Hanzo to try and create a Hanzo duel. I'm surprised he's not going Widow actually here.
Well, sometimes you gotta switch it up a bit, you know? Just go over to something else.
Yeah, but the utility that it provides with the Sonic Arrows as well, don't see much value here. Unless Finiesta can find a good angle onto Mystery Lobster like that with no main tank, you're pretty much giving them the point for free at this point, and looks like they have done as well. So I'm just expecting to see, maybe they can ride the payload or they can push up. They have two options here. But I'm not sure how much value that pushing up is going to get with AZ on the Hanzo. You have so many angles to go through on the Streets phase. It looks like they're going for a recontest here with Bury Me Alive on the May as well. Nipperhog gets anti, but Bury Me Alive goes down, unfortunately. And yeah, they pretty much staggered themselves for a free push.
And when your own May betrays you, that's a story Rez can talk about right now.
Oh no.
That wall kind of forced it, and you just see what Indignation is taking advantage of everything pushing forward. And I understand the pick actually from the Hanzo instead of the Widow. The Widow can give you vision, the Sonic Arrows can do that as well, but Hanzo can actually kill a shield faster than the Widow can.
Yeah, if they're playing for shield break, then Hanzo is definitely the right call. But the Dragon Strike came in, didn't actually manage to find anything. Tom Fireloss actually manages to get himself hooked, and Bury Me Alive just finishes him off there. They're pushed so far up though that it doesn't seem to matter. He probably is just going to get back to the payload in time, unless they get hooked, but it doesn't seem to look like it. VTILTE have controlled the payload now, but the Dragon Strike coming in from AZ as well to try and split them all off. Toll comes in, but they didn't manage to find anything. There's with the pick up the Nipperhog as well. There's his glory moment, killing the Hog King. But yeah, Blizzard coming in from Tom Fireloss. Maybe a little bit of an overcommitment there. Unless he can just pop off and get all of them. Yeah, just taking the words right out of my mouth once again. And it looks like Indignation are going to be able to take this one with only 4 members. Well done.
And there is one little thing I want to point out. If you see, the Ana has 7% ult charge. The nano boost went on the Zenyatta.
Oh no. He better not have been transing as well.
It was towards the end of the trance, but he was a bit in trance still as he was nano boosted.
Hey, I've seen nanos and yattas before, but it looks like this time a nanos and yatta cost them the point, which isn't very good for them. But it looks like they're doing a very good job of getting the pull hooks covered with Bury Me Alive getting those ice walls then very, very good from it. And it looks, speaking of Bury Me Alive, his Blizzard is coming in, but Finiesta is right there with the Transcendence. But it doesn't manage to save Tom Fireloss even. But the Dragon Strike comes in to split off Rez. But it doesn't matter for him. He's just going to find Tom Fireloss and Finiesta. Eden managed to find Mystery Lobster, but how far is that going to get you? Looks like a little bit further with the pick to Bury Me Alive as well. Rez is a lot split off from his team as well. Really needs to be careful with that. With that taking a breath is just going to save him at this point, but he's very, very split. I'm honestly
whole
worried
hog,
for it.
Nano,
whole hog is going to try and save him, but oh dear, I'm at a loss for words for how much resource they just pumped into him there. But yeah, it looks like it's going to let them push the payload just a little bit further, actually. Indignation seems to have the upper hand though here. Mystery Lobster needs to be careful with where he is at the moment.
I gotta say, I'm starting to love how Shade plays this right now with the jumping up during the hold. And Dragon Strike in there?
There we go, Dragon Strike coming in. Doesn't manage to find Mystery Lobster because the Transcendence comes in. Eden manages to find Bury Me Alive with the Storm Arrows though as well. Tom Fireloss is going to try and throw a Blizzard in, but it doesn't manage to freeze Mystery Lobster as he's got the 45 covered and actually manages to go down. Is it a theme here? Tom Fireloss actually manages to go down every time he uses Blizzard. But his team is winning, so if it works, right? Bongo coming in from Shade as well as the Transcendence coming in from Finiesta to try and nullify that Blizzard. Seems to have worked for now, but if you're Shade, you're walled off against Bury Me Alive. That's not very good. We see Tom Fire in the Wrecking Ball, so you're running actually 3 tanks right now, which is against the law. Not really, but yeah, it looks like they've got an upper hand on the point right now with only Mystery Lobster Red and Bury Me Alive on the point. Mystery Lobster actually managed to find Tom Fireloss too, and with the respawn advantage that you have, I'm not sure if Indignation can find the point unless you rely on Eden to pop off. Well done. to Indignation. Maybe I should just say loads of things wrong about VTILTE, and maybe they'll start winning some. Give the underdogs an advantage.
Yeah, but as you said that with the walled off, that was actually such a good play from Bury Me Alive there to wall off the Zenyatta from one of the players, because as it is known that vision has to be provided from the Zenyatta to his target to get the Transcendence, actually, so then you're not healed from the Transcendence. It's kind of a weird situation, but honestly, they played it well. They did, unfortunately, leave 3 minutes on the table that Indignation do have now for the next round. But perhaps VTILTE have something in the bag that they can finally get an upper hand.
Maybe. And maybe some more dive, as we saw on that last point. They did show that they could open up some opportunities with it. But with it being King's Row, I'm not sure dive is really strong, and bunker is definitely the stronger option, which is what they seem to be going for. I see VTILTE with the no troll picks. I like it.
You know, I feel like more, if I would be on VTILTE's side, I would probably just say we're behind already. If we lose this map, we're out of this anyway, so why not do something a bit more unconventional in their phase? And I'm pretty sure the Vlad will not stay on the Widow, but I feel like that should probably be something. Just surprise them with something. You've been showing them bunker all the time. Do something different.
Maybe so. That I actually agree with that. That Indignation might already know how to play around VTILTE's bunker so well that it's not actually going too well for the side of VTILTE, because Indignation are playing around you so well. That yeah, let's see if VTILTE can pull something out of their bag here. That very good fortify there from Shade saved himself from getting hooked there. But it looks like they're just going to be back round to the corner of the point here, as a lot of damage is coming in. Kumba actually manages to get hooked out of the immortality field. Not very good from a Kumba there, playing in front of everyone. But let's see if Eden can get 4 again and win them the point here. Amplification Matrix also coming in from Vlad, but the wall comes in to block it off, the own wall. But Dragon Strike coming in from Eden as well. Not sure about that one, as it doesn't manage to find anything, and that's an ultimate that you could have used on the Street's face. Tomfar lost as well, going down late. So if you're Indignation, you need to be backing up and stabilizing yourselves at this point.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue that they have to keep an eye out for. It kind of cost them that they lost Kumber that early in the fight, and now they've lost Eden as well, so they're not in full strength once again. Kumber does have the Amplification Matrix, but on the other side there is a better ult economy against them right now. And Eden, oh, this is going to be interesting.
This is going to be interesting indeed. Let's see if VTILTE can play around this Reaper, actually. What I'm actually interested to see if Amplification Matrix actually damage boosted the damage over time with Blizzard. It doesn't look like it's going to happen though, as the Dragon Strike comes in. Finiesta manages to find Mystery Lobster here, but with the Blizzard coming in from Bury Me Alive, is actually going to try and save Shay with the Transcendence, but it's too late, and Best Believer manages to find him as well. But Nipa Hog manages to find Rez, but Best Believer finds Eden as well. I guess that's why he shouldn't pick Reaper here. Tomfar lost from winning the Mage Duel as well, but the payload is still being pushed. You're not halting any progress on the payload, and as I say that, they all jump off. And now with no main tank on the side of Indignation as of yet, you got to be careful here, because they can take a lot more space than you can.
Yeah, and the Reaper's soon closing in once again. He's at 30%, and it's not. They do have 3. They had 3 ults. They have 2 only now. They do have a slight advantage, and they take 1 out instantly. Yeah,
Shade, good bongo there. Managed to find AZ, forcing VTILTE to push back a little bit. So now they can hold this corner. Eden's playing with the bunker, which I'm not really all that sure about, but he's gonna try and push up again. Both Amplification Matrix coming out as well. So yeah. Be interesting to see what VTILTE does here with these 4 ultimates that they can play with.
Yeah, that's something that you keep an eye out on. Eden's not really getting good ult charge, to be honest. Only at 50% already right now. Nipahog is... they do have 3 on the side as well, and there's the Blizzard going out already.
Yeah, but the Transcendence again coming in from Best Believo as well. But Kuma manages to find Red's miss it all. Tom Farlos is going to use, Burmy Live is going to use his Blizzard in this situation. It looks like it might win them the point, but Nipperhog with the whole hog manages to find Best Believer. There is a slight amount of clutchability in here, however, I'm not sure what's going to happen, as well as with the 2 picks coming in, it looks like VTILTE are going to win this push.
And unfortunately, it looks like right now we see why Reaper isn't meta right now. And even at 75%, they say, nah, we're not going to hold it. Eden, go over to the Widow.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it, especially with Eden. We know how powerful he is on that Widowmaker. Maybe try and shut down AZ. That's taking a lot of high ground control that they do not have right now. Both Ice Walls coming in, trying to nullify that Nipperhog hook. But yeah, it's going to work out for them so far. Kumik is going to go ahead and use the amplification matrix as well, try and get some extra damage in, and Nipperhog is going to utilize that to try to take out AZ. Tom Farlos is pushed so far up right now, but his team is going to follow him as well. And the pull comes in, but no hook is going to connect, I'm afraid. So VTILTE, they're just going to try and back up, stabilize here. Eden with a nasty pick onto Bury Me Alive as well, forcing them to not take a full fight. Well, again, he's just going to keep on going. Yeah, he's just going to keep on going. They're pushed up so far right now. I wonder what they're doing here.
That could be awkward because the spawn room is quite close. I'm not sure if this is the right decision. But at least we know they're going to have more time bank already since we're at 3:15, because I don't think they can push in 14 seconds through the whole point.
Yeah, but with ultimates to play with, I think that this is going to be a very ultimate heavy fight, especially with both Blizzards coming in and both Transcendences. The only thing you're really behind on is Amplification Matrix, which is, as we've seen, isn't that valuable as nothing has really come for it. Teams just seem to avoid it. Blizzard coming in as well from Tom Farlos, but Best Believer managed to find Kumba. The May gets picked as well, but the Ice Wall manages to come in and save them. The Dragon Strike coming in as well from AZ. Doesn't manage to find anything. Actually, AZ managed to find Shade, but Finiesta onto Rez as well. And Eden manages to find Mystery Lobster with the headshots. So yes, again, very ultimate heavy fight. And it looks like Indignation are going to come on top of this one.
You said it was an ultimate heavy fight. It's right, but for example, there are still 3 ults on the side of Indignation still in their bag right now, and they're slowly inching towards the Blizzard once again, and right now there's about 3 on the other side as well, but it's not looking so good for them right now.
Yeah, well, Amplification Matrix coming in from Kuba, trying to get some extra damage. I suspect a Transcendence, and there it is coming in from Finiesta. Both Blizzards coming in. Best Believer doesn't actually get to use his Transcendence. I suspect he's frozen. But yeah, there's the Blizzard coming in from Tom Farlos as well. Best Believer saving his Transcendence, but he's actually not going to manage to get it. He's running back from the backline. But VTILTE manages to find the picks that they need anyways, and Nipperhog manages to find the hook onto Mystery Lobster. I don't think it's going to matter though, as VTILTE have so many members up that they're going to be able to push the payload. Finiesta manages to find Best Believer, but it's too late.
But still, even as you're behind that far, you have the wherewithal just to pull somebody into that hole before you go down yourself is such a good idea.
Oh, and that's Dragon Strike coming in. The Immortality Field managing to save it. Might have been a bit off there as well, but Eden manages to find the pick onto Vlad as well. You've only got 1:12 left if you're VTILTE, so you really do need to be careful here, especially with Eden having so much high ground control with where Indignation is going to be holding right now. So Eden can just come back into the shield where he's getting low.
Yeah, and this is the last minute they have right now on VTILTE. They have to get it through somehow. They need everything they can just to break through this right now. Otherwise, this is Indignation taking.
Oh, there we go. There we go, Nipperhog. You can calm down now. It's okay. We get it. You're good at Roadhog. Bury Me Alive goes down. That's not very good for VTILTE whatsoever. But let's see if VTILTE can actually make something out of this. You've only got 30 seconds left. You really do need to be careful with the picks coming in.
No.
Only just gets Nipperhog onto the ledge. He was going for the map hook, I could tell, but it's unfortunate for them. But Nipperhog is going for the whole hog here. Actually pays off with them in that tight little building. Tom Farlos finishing him off. Rez does get Nipperhog down, but if you're VTILTE, you really need to be careful because you're down members and you only have a Zenyatta on payload, but with the Transcendence, that's not going to mean much as you can't kill him. Eden is up on the other high ground right now, having a little duel with AZ, manages to win the duel, And Blizzard coming in as well from Tom Far Lost, Bury Me Alive just crowds his Blizzard. Transcenders coming in from Phineas and nullifying it all. And it looks like Indignation are finding the necessary picks that they need. Well done to Indignation for that amazing call. Team kill. Well done.
And Indignation claim with that the victory. So they are did it quite nicely. They claimed the victory. Really nicely played both teams. Indignation was quite a bit better, and Tom at least gets to walk away with the play of the game.
There's a nasty Blizzard as well. They're all low. They're just right there on a silver platter for you. So well done there to Indignation. VTILTE put up a very, very strong fight, and I'm sure that you can agree with me, but in the end, I guess it doesn't matter. Indignation, now champions of the Oversalt tournament. Well done to them.
Yep, congratulations to them. What was a blast. They showed us how well they control this comp and just how you do it.
Yes, indeed, as well. So yeah, I think that will be the end for now. As yeah, sorry, I'm stuttering up on my own words there. So yeah, as well, I am still George,
and I'm Alenvil.
Yeah, and this was the Oversalt tournament. Thank you very, very much for watching.
And goodbye, good night.